anyways, like I was saying, I came on here. I need to start saying I realize how much I say it, and I'm like, you have a pretty good vocabulary. Why are you using so much? So there you go. You see, I think it's just a habit. It's like the French. I don't know if you ever been to France, but they say that all the time. It's like a filler word, I guess, just to like not be silent. But anyways, so I thought I'd come on here and do my makeup with you because I have a Zoom call today. And on the days that I do my Zoom, I usually like to play up on the eyes. So I do a little bit more elaborate makeup than on my regular days, just because on the camera it's hard to see the makeup. So you have to put like extra. And by extra, I mean like for me, extra is probably medium for most people. I just don't like the very thick makeup. I like my makeup to look natural, but better. And I know that's hard to achieve sometimes because I don't like a lot of coverage on my face. So fun story. I did my makeup and I got this. I don't like it because I did my makeup. I want to say the first time I ever got it professionally done, it was at the Dior counter in the late 90s, and oh my god, the amount of makeup they put was insane. I actually have a picture. If I find the picture, I'll insert it. Um, the amount of makeup, I felt like they put a mask on, and I just don't like that feeling because I feel like I'm covering up myself. And I like myself. So, and I was 13 at the time when I did that. And ever since then, I was like, oh, I don't like makeup. I don't like fake makeup. So, anyways, all this to say that my base is going to be light, but I'm going to play up on the eyes and the eyebrows. I'm probably going to, you know, put some color in my eyebrows, even though I don't think I need it right now. Also, I want to tell you guys that I've been using the Clear Stem tablets for acne, and it kind of cleared up my skin. Like I had so much here. If I find a picture that I took, I'll insert it in here. And this is really flat. This wasn't my problematic side. My problematic side is always my left side, which is the right to you. Um, this was like a big 6 stick bump, and now it's like down. I've been taking them for 2 weeks, so they work so far. The only thing I don't know is if I stop using them, will my face go back to its reactionary nature? That's the one thing I don't know. But we will find out. I'm not going to get off of them. I got this recommendation from Julia Amory. She's a influencer that I follow. She was an influencer who used to sell like, it's interesting story. She used to sell wedding napkins and table covers for weddings because she couldn't find any. And then she turned into clothing. She had like a few items. She didn't even have a brick and mortar store yet. Everything was through Instagram and TikTok. And then slowly she started selling more items. So she finally put her brick and mortars. And I have ordered some stuff and I really, really like her style. And you know what I like about her story? She says she started designing things that she wanted to wear. I always thought it was the other way around. I thought it was that people put out products that people wanted, but she did the reverse. And I think actually looking back, maybe every designer has done that. And we just think that it's because people want to, sell things that we want. But how do we know what we want, right? So, anyways, she recommended it. Her name is Julia Amory. Last name Amory. I love her stuff. It's very old style, feminine, very Hamptons, New York, old glamour. I love it. I already moisturized my face, so I'm gonna go straight. I'm still using the OG. I like it. However, I realized that this color is gonna be problematic for winter time because it's gonna be too dark and I'm gonna get lighter during winter time. So unless I go to the tanning salon, which is possible because, okay, I have an addiction to tanning. I don't know where I got this addiction from. I just feel like I look better with color. And so I've always gone to the tanning salons, even when I lived lived in New York, I went to tanning salons, and when I was a kid, I used to go to the beach like crazy so that I can tan. Um, so I can tan and look darker. I don't know where I got it from, truth be told, because my mom doesn't like tanning. My dad never tanned. He was always really pale. And my sisters don't really, they're younger than me, so I wouldn't have gotten it from them. I don't know where I picked it up, to be honest, but all I know is I love the way I look. So when I lived in Miami, I tanned every weekend. Like every weekend. I know it's bad. So they say for the skin to sit out in the sun. But I sat every weekend. I didn't do too much because the sun is pretty strong. But I would say I would sit there for 5 hours, depending on how my tan look. On the certain times when my tan is already dark, I don't tan that much. So I would do like a maintenance tan session, which would be like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I would read though, and I would sit there, read. So I was doing other stuff, but I just love tanning. I don't know what to tell you. So right now that I'm not in Florida anymore, I'm suffering because how do I tan in the wintertime? The only way is obviously when I go to Miami, I could tan, but I'm usually working, so that doesn't work. I'm gonna have to go to a tanning salon again. Oh my God. I know the tanning salon is bad, that's what they say, but the way I'm rationalizing it is this way. The microwave is bad, the water we take a shower is bad. I could keep on going. The food is contaminated. AC, no one talks about the AC, but the AC is so bad for your lungs. The water's filled with contaminants that we ingest. So many chemicals that we're exposed to. We're not supposed to. Nail salons, hair salons. Okay, I can keep going, but I'm not gonna. So that's my rationalization in my head. I'm like, the tanning salon, not gonna be that bad. You know what I mean? At least I don't think so. I am afraid though of, I will say, I will admit, I am afraid of something. I'm afraid of the tanning bed. So I always go into the stand-up tan. I don't know what it's called, but you stand up in lieu of you lying down. And while I do feel a sense of fear when I'm in there, because I'm like, what if this thing blows up? What if something happens like Final Destination where I'm locked in here? So actually it's because of that movie that I don't go to the tanning beds. I used to go to tanning beds, but you know what's the one thing I didn't like? How your sweat trickles down from your back and then it's like on the bed. Ugh, it creeped me out. I know they clean it because I've seen them do it, but I don't know if Windex does the trick. You know what I mean? I think they need to put like Clorox or something. But anyways, yeah, I love the tanning salon. But I'm gonna have to join one here, which sucks because come on. I used to get the sun for free, now I have to pay for it. It's pretty gloomy here in the Carolinas, by the way. I never realized how gloomy it was. I know New York is gloomy because New York was gloomy when I was a kid, but I didn't realize the Carolinas was this gloomy. I'm just bronzing my face. So I like a lot of bronzer. So if you see me piling up some more, it's because I know that I have to let it show on the call. So I most likely will layer these. So I do this like in a layering process, kind of like lasagna. We're gonna go in back in here. I like bronze contouring schnoz contouring right here. Schnoz contouring. Look, my nose looks smaller. No need for nose surgery. That's for sure. Although, my nose is going to get bigger when I get older, but I think by the time that happens, I'm not going to care. I don't care now, so much less when I'm older. Okay, I think this looks pretty bronzed. Okay. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible because I don't like to spend a lot of time doing my makeup. So I'm gonna start with, so when I do Zoom calls, it's hard because the makeup honestly never really shows up. So you have to put a lot, unfortunately, especially on your eyes. And I wear my glasses, so I have to make sure that you can see through my glasses, which is a difficult. I'm gonna start with white. Let's do a white base all over my eyelid. I'm gonna use this, I know it's horrible, but I can't let go of things. It's the color Shredded from ColourPop palette that I got in 2020. Actually, I didn't get this. This was actually my friend let me borrow. It was new, and she was like, "Here, you can use it for your." It was the time that I was getting married. You can use it for your rehearsal dinner makeup. So she let me borrow it, and then she, after my wedding, went straight to Japan, so I never got a chance to give it back to her. I've seen her many times after that, but I keep forgetting. So anyways, I kept it. I think I owe her a palette actually. She doesn't really wear makeup though. But this palette is really, really nice. I was impressed with the amount of pigment for the price of the palette because it's so inexpensive. So yeah, I'm gonna do just all white all over. Let's see, okay. Then I think I'm gonna do like a brown smoky, not black, because sometimes black on me can look too aggressive. It's gonna look like, you know, I'm going to a gala. So I don't want it to look like a gala. So I'm gonna choose brown colors instead. So I'm gonna start with this same palette. I'm gonna put this color here. It's like a cappuccino. It's the perfect color actually. I actually love those warm colors on me. I just do these quick swiper motion on the crease and bring it all the way to the top here. Another color that's really good on this palette is this one. It's Cooler, which I love, and I use this one to give myself the sunburnt look on my nose. That's what I use. But anyway, so you see it looks, I like that look of the sort of a cut crease. I think that looks good. I'm gonna shape my eyes a little bit because as you can see, the eyeshadow doesn't really shape, I don't think. I think that when you do tight lining or pencil, that shapes your eyes. So before I know how far to go with eyeshadow, I'm going to shape the eyes. Look down. Keep your eyes steady. Sometimes that doesn't work though. Sometimes when I look down and then I look back up and then I have to fix it, which sucks. For this, I'm gonna have to use the palette. This pencil is really good, you guys. It's from MAC. The only thing is, and this is not their fault, it's my fault. I like waterproofs because my eyes are, for some reason, my eyes are so smudgy. That's why I tend not to do heavy eye makeup because it'll be down here in like a few hours. So they have the waterproof, which works amazing, but to take it off, be very careful because you will need Vaseline to take off the pencil. Now I'm gonna do like a little wing up. To take this one because this one is fluffy and it can kind of spread the product a little bit better. Smudge it this way. To make it darker. And I'm taking a darker cappuccino from the Lawless palette. It's really, really old, by the way. Really, really old. You guys, they're so good. Oh, they're minis, and I bought the minis in Sephora. And the longevity, look, this is good for travel. I mean, so I bought these at Sephora. Did I buy these? Yeah, I bought these at Sephora, and I'm impressed with the longevity. Like, they last a long time. And I started using this smaller brush, Fluffy from Real Techniques. I used to use a big one, but I feel like the smaller fluffy one is more precise and allows you to blend a little bit better. So I don't think I'm gonna use big ones anymore for my blush. See, you can, I feel like it's more malleable and easier to use for blush, especially like, for example, right now I'm in a rush and I'm trying to get my makeup done. This was like a peachy color and it's called Coquette. I think it also works with the cooler tones. MAC. Put it here in the front of my lid. The right side to the center part of the lid. Blush for me is everything, and I get blindness sometimes. However, so right now it looks like a lot, but I assure you, like on the call, you won't be able to see it for some weird reason. So I'm gonna tone it down because you probably think I look like a clown. But I'm telling you, on Zoom, you won't be able to see it. It's just gonna look normal. So I'm just gonna tone it down a little bit, not that much. Blend, blend, blend. That's gonna be our secret weapon. To blend away. Can't find my mirror. Oh my god. This is a lot of makeup. But the thing is, you won't be able to see it. Make sure that these edges are extremely pointed just so that it looks a little bit neater. This one, I'll put it on there. And I take my finger and I put a little bit on the brow bone. I just feel like it mixes better. Better with the finger. It's just the inner corner is hard to get with your finger. Okay, let's curl our lashes. I'm always afraid of like grabbing the upper lid. Oh my god, it just sounds painful. It sounds painful. I've been trying to grow my eyelashes, but let's see how that goes. This one looks like it's okay. There we go. Just add a little pressure. A little pressure doesn't kill anyone. Certainly not lashes. Let's see if it looks any different. That's what I want to know. Like, does it look different? I guess we'll find out now. Let's see. I guess it looks more lifted. Lifted is good, right? Certainly not a bad thing. I can't believe how my skin cleared. It's wild. You know, I did see that Clear Stem brand has skincare, came up for me on TikTok. So I'll give it a go. Since I'm getting older, I find that I need more concealer. Wish I didn't, but I do. I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit because I think sometimes when it's too liquidy, the brush picks up the product. I like it to sit there so it can be harder for me to move. Ow. You didn't see that. Okay, let's go in here. So when you get older, you get this little ring here. And that's what we have to cover. I slept pretty good last night, so that's not the problem either. I think it's just getting older. How fun, you see? You have that part. Now I'm gonna go in with this little pink. This little pink corrector from Fenty. I like it. It's just a matter of you having to blend everything so it looks blended and not crazy. That looks pretty good. I mean, honestly, I don't like when concealers say that they can correct things because they can't. It's just old age. You know what I mean? It's just old age. Doesn't mean we can't look good though. Doesn't mean that. I go in and do my schnoz a little bit more. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Trickery we do, right? Look at that. Nose looks better. Now, to make it look like I got sunburn. I just like that look, but you guys know that I'm obsessed with the sun and obsessed with being tanned. Maybe I have like a dysmorphia, color skin dysmorphia, I don't know. All these things that are like out there that I had no clue were invented. It's crazy, but that's another topic for another time. Just go in and make sure I'm lifted and tanned and lifted. Do my MAC spice. You know what's my pet peeve? When people leave the edges of the lips not painted. Oh my god. I mean, I know it's a hard area to get, but you just have to get in there. You know what I mean? Just get it in there all the way. Otherwise, it looks funny. That's the tricky thing about lip liner. They leave it like the edges, which drives me insane. There you go. Okay. Now, let's just fill it in. My lips are a little dry right now. So I think I'm gonna keep it normal. I just gonna put gloss over it. Because my lips were a little bit on the drier side. I think a little bit of gloss will be good. Also, gloss looks really good on Zoom. And don't forget the edges of your lips. I know they're not looking at it, but I'm looking at it. More shine. Yeah. I went in with this clear one from Fenty. So I know it's a lot of blush, but I'm telling you, it's not gonna translate. This will be the last layer of makeup, of blush. I told you it's like lasagna, especially with Zoom calls where you need to see the makeup. You're gonna need to do the lasagna layer so you're not looking too much. You know what? I put a little bit here as well. Okay. I like. My eyebrows are looking crazy. I'm growing them out as per usual. So I'm using the new brow. However, if I stop using the new brow, they start falling off again. It's tragic. Tragic. Okay, I think this looks good. Let's put on a shirt and my glasses and we're good to go. So I always wear a collar shirt so they don't see that you're naked. And it's cooler where I'm at. So obviously I can wear a sweater. Okay, I wouldn't do this for a call. I mean, you could if your hands are free to talk, but I feel like this would, it can fall off your shoulder and then you have to pause your call and then you're too fidgety. So I would just wear the collar I know it's a little basic, but that's why we have the makeup on. And I would just keep it this way. And is there another button here? Oh, there isn't. Okay. And this would be my Zoom call, so you can see my makeup is done and the blush. And I'm ready for the Zoom call. I got new glasses and I want to show you guys. They're just not here yet. I'm waiting for them, but I went to Lordy. I got the coolest glasses. They're so chic. I can't wait to go back and get some more because I think I'm in my glasses era finally after 35, because I was 5 years old. 35 years of wearing glasses. I finally have embraced them. Yeah, this is my look. Put them like this. I kind of like them a little bit down. How do I look? Zoom ready. Anyways, thank you guys for getting ready with me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Do something good for yourself. Smile. And have an awesome day. Bye.